Hey guys, it's Aimee DeRoehn of Road Home and Power Yoga. We have 30 minutes to get some yoga done. Let's bang it out. Before we begin, I want you to do a little wrist work with me. I see a lot of people that start complaining of their wrists, and no shocker because we're doing a lot of high to low push-ups. So let's just stretch out the wrists a little bit. What we're going to do is you're going to make some fists. And you're just going to, I like to envision your favorite ice cream. And you know all the good stuff at the bottom? I want you to envision that as you kind of take your fists in a circular motion, you're really, to stretch out the top of the wrist and the top of the hand, you're really going to dig down deep into your ice cream container. Okay? And then maybe you have a little bowl of Edie's or Ben & Jerry's after practice. A little bit. Everything in moderation. But just make some soft fists. And let's do this. And when you go down, I want you to kind of pause. And you'll feel that stretch right through your knuckles, your hands. Just take that a few times and just dig down deep for all that good stuff in your ice cream. And then I want you to counter it. And just take it in a counterclockwise motion. But it's still emphasis on stretching through the top of the wrist and the top of the hand. Then I want you to do this. I want you to just, not quite jazz hands, but I want you to really just open your palm. Like really spread the energy of the palm. Spread the fingers apart. Spread and just kind of throw it out there. And then I want you to kind of shake your wrists like you're shaking water off, perhaps. And you kind of flick your wrists, you know. And then you're going to take your hands shoulder width apart. All 10 fingers face forward. And then I want you to flip your right hand so your right fingers face toward you, your left fingers face away. If it's possible, push your butt back toward your heels. If that's too intense for your forearms, just stay where you are and just lean back a tiny bit. But what I want is that you're always having one hand pointing towards you, and you're always going to have one hand pointing away from you. And you're not really taking a lot of time here. It's kind of just quick. So it's just like left hand forward, right hand towards you. Lean a little bit, switch it up, and just take this. And if it feels good to stretch out the forearms, which get really, really tight too, do that by just pressing back a little bit. If you want, you could take both. All 10 fingers face towards you, and then you kind of lean back. Get into your breathing. And then just take that movement just a few more. Just opening up the hand, opening up the wrist, opening up the forearms. That's all this yoga practice really is, though. This practice is really just about opening the body. In places that, in all spaces, in all places, and especially in the places that get really kind of contracted, really stuck. Shake out again. Okay. Now you're going to bang out so many push-ups because your arms and wrists are going to feel really good. Bring your hands to the floor. Bring your knees hip-width apart. You're curling the toes under so you're on the balls of your feet. You bring your eye to your shoulders, over your wrists. Always stacking the joints. Knees under the hips. Okay. As you take your breath in, drop your belly completely, stretch your chest and tailbone up. There's a pause there while you breathe in. And then now you breathe out. Press your chin firmly towards your chest. Press your belly right up into your back. And lengthen your tailbone down towards your feet. Let your butt stick out. Stretch your chest up. Inhaling, shoulders back. Exhaling, chin to chest, belly in, tailbone lengthens. Upper back is going to press, press, press. into the ceiling by pushing the palms strongly into the floor. So push the floor down and away from you to get that awesome leverage in your upper back. Return back to neutral, downward facing dog. In your downward dog, all you're doing is lifting your knees off the ground, pulling your hips straight up, pressing more weight into the legs. Okay, I see a lot of people put a lot of weight into their upper body, and it is a strengthening pose for the upper body, but that's just too much. So I want you to really get into your legs. Your legs have a much bigger opportunity to work for you because they're a bigger muscle group. Work with all you've got, especially work with the power of the legs. Drop your head. Most likely your head had to be upright all day. You had to be making sure to keep an eye on everything and everyone. Drop your head now. This is just a little bit of time for you. Your eyes between your feet. Take a breath in. Empty the breath out. And a big breath in. Exhale it all. Bring your feet together. Hug in your belly. Your air is out. Lift your heels high. Bend your knees. Hop. Feet to your hands. Lift up to a flat back. Really keep your knees bent. Don't worry if your legs are perfectly straight. You don't need to worry about that. If your legs are tight, bend your knees. Otherwise, it's like fool's gold. Bring your hands to your shins. Pull the chest forward. Breathe in. Big exhale. Slide your hands down to your ankles. Plug them down into their sockets and fold. Fold in a way that the crown of your head starts lengthening toward the floor, melting toward the floor, away from your tailbone. Breathe in. Rise on up. Breathe out. Fold. Breathe in, halfway up. Breathe out, step back, high push-up. Look forward, pressing through your heels. Firm your thighs. Drop your tailbone so it tilts toward your heels. If this is too much, just bring your knees down. Rest the top of the feet on the floor. You're looking up. That will keep your chest lifted. And you're just rocking forward and lowering on the out-breath. Elbows into the body. And then upward dog. In your up dog, press your palms straight down. Squeeze your arms. The tops of the feet are on the floor. And if you can, lift your thighs. Breathe in. Exhale, down dog. Breathe in. Dump the breath. Breathe in. Dump your exhale, and with it, dump anything that's just full of drama and just too heavy and really kind of just garbage. And then you've got clear space, a clean slate. Bring your feet together. Look forward. Bend the knees. Jump. Lift up halfway. Forward fold. Drop that head. Let your tailbone press up toward the ceiling. Let the head melt toward the floor. Inhale, rise. Empty the breath, fold. Inhale. Move back, high plank. Low. Breathe in for up dog. Open your shoulders, let your chest open up. You have a great heart. Open up and let people see it. Downward dog. Out breath. Breathe in. Clear. Inhale to the top of your lungs. Pause. Try to take in more air. And then really let it all go. When you don't hear any more sound, your sound, hug in your belly, look right between your thumbs, hop. Halfway up, breathe in, fold forward, out breath. Knees stay really bent. Push your feet down into the floor, firm your thighs and reach high. Pull everything away from your hips and try to squeeze your hips like you're squeezing them down toward the floor. Space. Take a little back bend. Bow forward. Halfway. High push-up. Low. Up. Downward dog. Breathe in. Dump it. When it's dumped, don't keep looking back. Suck your belly in. Look straight ahead. That's where you're going. You're always going to be on a forward track. Off the mat as well as on the mat. Inhale halfway up. Folding in. Bend your knees a little bit and drop your butt down. Lengthen your tailbone toward the ground. So instead of the butt sticking out like whoo, 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 tilt it down. Hug in your belly. Stretch your arms up. Fingertips are long. You don't want to just be like hanging, like looking wilted. Utkatasana is a really intense pose. So like really get into it. Like take your seat in it. Stretch up. Exhale, sink lower. Press your shins back towards your calves. Keep lengthening your tailbone down. Pull everything up. Sink lower. Fold forward. Halfway up. Step to high plank. Low. Inhale up. Empty your breath. All of it out. You don't want to take yesterday's garbage into today's meal. Right foot forward. Back foot down. Come on up. Your arms are straight up. Straighten your front leg for a moment, okay? Get back to looking at your back foot. Press down through the outside edge of your back foot. That'll lift your inner ankle. And if you can't see your inner ankle, pick up your pant leg like I just did and press the outside edge down for the inner ankle to lift. And I want you to lengthen that tailbone down toward the floor, away from the kidneys. Front knee bending, pressing your knee over the ankle and press the knee open. Breathing in. Exhale, pull the right hip back. Keep squeezing your back leg. Bend your front knee. Arms are going to reach. 5. Breathe. 4. 3. 2. 1. High plank. Low. In breath for up dog. Out breath, down dog, drop your head. Bend your left knee. Step your left foot between your hands. Turn your back foot flat. Inhale to stand. Again, check out the back foot. Press through the outside edge. The inner ankle lifts. You'll create more arch. Squeeze this back leg. Turn that right hip forward. The left hip steers back. You're going to feel a lot of kind of tightness here in this hip flexor, right up in the psoas. Really intense. So if you need to, widen your feet and maybe your front knee doesn't dip as deeply. Really start opening this up, okay? It's not that fun, but you want to start opening up these places. Breathing. You release a little bit of tension today in this practice. You have more freedom, not just in your body, but freedom in mind. And you'll feel better for sure. Stretch up and back. Bring your hands to the floor. Move through it. High plank, low, up, downward dog. Breathe in. Exhale it all. Walk. Lift up halfway. Fold. Utkatasana, reach up. Empty the breath, fold. Halfway. To high plank. To low. To up dog. Pull back, down dog. Right foot, warrior one. Exhale, arms at your sides. Take your hands behind your back. Press your palms together if you possibly can. Bend your elbows and then pull the knuckles down toward the floor. You'll feel the elbows squeeze in toward each other, the shoulder blades press into the middle back. And you want to feel your shoulders opening up. And you breathe in, stretch up. And then while you breathe out, I want you to fold inside your bent knee. Let your head drop. Pull your right hip back. And breathe. Squeeze your back leg. Let your back leg be an anchor. And most of all, let your breath be an anchor that allows you to build your house on a rock, not on sand. Stretch back up. Bend your elbows like you're going to throw a basketball. Drop your head. Open wide into warrior two. You want to make sure your front heel lines up with your arch in the back foot. Press that right knee open toward the baby toe side. Anchor that foot down. Remember the outer edge of the back foot. Squeeze it. And you're going to lengthen your arms. Reverse your warrior. Palms flip up. Spread them. Fingers spread. Left arm on your back leg and reach up. And then you're going to move into triangle. You're going to reach as far out as you can. I like to take the outside edge of my hand and I press into the hip crease. Kind of karate chop myself there. And you're hinging at that hip, stretching as far forward as you possibly can. And then you bring your hand to your lower shin. You want your lungs to stay lifted. And if your lungs are lifted, you can breathe. Press down through your right big toe. Widen your feet. Pull yourself up to stand. Bend your knee. Straighten it. Turn your foot in. Take your hands, everybody. Your arms are out. And then drop your arms a little below shoulder level. Bring your hands into reverse prayer behind you. If it's possible, really work in there. Press your palms straight into each other, as flat as possible. And then lift your elbows up a little bit. So you're really opening things up. Keep that bind as you breathe out, fold. Let your head get really heavy. Keep lifting the elbows. Press down into the floor with the feet. Squeeze the legs. Come on up. Keep the bind. Keep your right foot, turn it forward. Step your back foot in so that your hips square right up to the front of the room. Again, come back into that bind. Pressing the palms, lift those elbows, hug the shoulders in. Stretch the chest forward. Fold forward over your front leg. You can bend your front knee if you need to. Pull the right hip back. Let your head drop. Keep that bind. Take your left hand on the floor directly underneath your shoulder. Better yet, if you have some blocks, I've got some blocks, so I'm here. My left palm is on my blocks, or a milk jug, whatever you got. I've used a milk jug before, it works. Top of the Gatorade, you know, whatever. Take your right thumb to your right hip crease, pull it back. Lengthen the spine, so push your hips back and stretch your chest forward. And open up. Press down through your feet. Feel your inner back thigh spin to the wall behind you. Feel your inner front thigh spin to the wall in front of you. At the same time, kind of hug your inner thighs toward each other. Open it up. And release. Bring your hands to the floor. Down dog. Step forward, warrior one. Come up. Exhale, arms down. Interlace your fingers. Pull the shoulders, the arms, the knuckles down. Out breath, fold inside that left knee. Drop your head. Bend your knee a little more. Anchor the feet and squeeze the legs. Go into your breathing. Come on back up. Sweep up. Bend your elbows like you're going to throw a basketball across the room. And open into warrior two. Put your eyes over your left middle finger. Press that left knee open. Go into your breath. The poses by themselves can't really give you a whole lot of benefit. It's the breathing in and the breathing out. It's the drishti at the left middle finger, the focal point. In every pose, look for a focal point to quiet your head, to keep you able to concentrate on just this moment. Sure, it's intense, but you've probably been through worse. You know? Who cares? How are you going to find out what you're capable of if you don't challenge? Flip your palms, reverse your warrior. Reverse a time in your life when you were always needing to play safe. Triangle. Hinging at that hip. You can keep a little bend in that knee so you're not locking the knee. Lengthen out there. Your world is out there. Not in here. Go out there. And open it up. Ground the feet. Pull the arm up. Turn the left toes in. Take your hands behind you. Work that prayer pose again, if it's possible. Outside edges of the feet, press them away from you, each other. Squeeze your legs. Press your hips forward, heart up, head back. Fold on the breath out. Let your head drop. Keep lifting the elbows. Press the palms. Your shoulder's going to really get some opening today. And then you'll be able to breathe. Come on back up. Really, really good. Keep the bind. Keep your left foot forward. Step your back foot in. Square the hips up. Fold. Keep lifting, working the palms up the back. Open the elbows. Palms press. Now I'm in the pose, but a breath in and a breath out. Twisting triangle. Bringing your right palm under your right shoulder. Or on even better, come onto the fingertips, okay? Because then you're able to ground, but not too heavy. You can keep it kind of light. Less compression in the lower shoulder. Pull the left hip back. Pull the chest forward. Open things up. Twisting triangle. Squeeze your legs toward each other. Keep steering your right hip forward. Open things up. Breathe out. Release to the floor. On the floor, bring your knees down. I'd like you to take opposite hand to opposite elbow. Okay? That sets up this great distance. I want you to interlace your fingers. I want you to press yourself back into a high push-up. Engage through your heels, like you're pushing your heels against a wall. Squeeze your legs. Rock forward so your nose is right over your thumbs. Your tailbone's not sticking up, okay? I know, I look stupid. Well, not stupid, but kind of silly. Tilt your tailbone towards your feet. Push into your heels. Pull in your belly. Smile. Kind of hard to talk while I'm instructing this, but if I can do it, you can do it. And we're going to do it together. See, together we'll go places we would not go by ourselves. We'd say, no way, Jose, I don't think I can do that. But I'm telling you, you're able to do much more than you think. Bring your knees down. Child's pose. Really good. So good, you're going to do it one more time. This will be the easiest one. Set it up so you hug opposite hand to opposite elbow. Now this time you're on your forearms, okay? Your hands will be shoulder width apart, palms flat, fingers spread wide. Make sure your elbows are not out here. I have you hug in like this first to set it up so shoulders over the elbows. And you're going to come into dolphin forearm on your forearms, but dolphin pose. So you press your heels toward the floor. You feel your tailbone spin up. Drop your head. When you're ready, take a big breath in. Empty it all. Rock forward. Drop your hips a little bit. Hug in your belly. Push through your heels. Pull the chest forward. Hang out here with me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring yourself down. Bend your knees. Catch your feet. You want to hug your knees in a little closer. Not so they touch, but just so that they're not splayed out. And you're going to grab your feet and kick them away from you. And when you kick back, your chest, my chest, peels off the floor. And the more you kick back, the more your upper body will peel away for you. And release. Cheek to one side. Windshield wipe. Really good. Okay. Come on up. Make your way out onto your back. Taking yourself into dead bug. Soles of the feet wide. Knees and ankles line up. You're going to draw on the out breath, you're going to draw the legs down toward the floor, okay? You're not forcing. You're not bullying, okay? It's like that no pain, no gain thing. Like, yeah, it's old. Give it up. Your exhale will help you so much more. Get a little more opening than just the pose by itself. And definitely not by forcing. So you're not forcing, you're just allowing something to happen. Very organically. Therefore, very less opportunity to get injured. Happy baby. Rocking. Okay. Hug your knees into your chest. Come on up. Sit cross-legged. Just listen to the stillness in your mind. Therefore, your body is perhaps more peaceful. Press the palms together. Namaste.